Hello student, in the previous two classes I have shown you how to use HTML heading, paragraph, the pre-tag, different tag that is used for formatting, how to create link and create a hyperlink to interact between different pages in a website, how to insert image, how to work with three types of list that I have discussed: order list, unordered list and the definition list. And in this class I will show you how can you create the HTML table. After that I will show you how can you add video, audio in your page, and also at last I will show you how to create iframe. So let us start. So first I will open the text editor. I will use Notepad. And now first I will save the file, save as. In desktop I have created the folder HTML class. Here I will save the folder. I will make it all file. You can see previously 5 files exist, all those are HTML file, and I will save this file as table, table.html, right? So I will name this file as table.html. So I have saved the file. So let me start. Before I start writing the code, I will show you that how do we create the same table in Microsoft Word, what exactly we would have done. So you can see, we know that to create a table in Microsoft Word, here we have a table menu, right? And from the table menu we can use this insert table option. So how many number of column, how many number of row that we want to have in the table that we are going to create over here, we just have to specify. Let's say I will have 2 column and 5 rows. So that means just give the value, the number of columns 2, number of rows 5, and okay, this is the table. You got the table here in the Microsoft Word. And same thing if I had to do in the HTML, here I have to write tag for that. So let us start. So first, before writing the tag for the table, we have to make sure that we should have the root tag, that is HTML. So now HTML closing and HEAD, head opening tag, head closing tag, body opening tag, body closing tag. Inside the head tag I will specify a title for this page. So I will use the title tag, title, title opening tag, title, title closing tag, and the title will be HTML table table. So this will be the title, right? So inside the body we have to add the table tag. So let me see how it appears if I save the file and open it over here. So let me check how it appears. So please wait. So I will show you how it appears. Here you can see this is the title. I have specified the title HTML table and nothing is written over here because I have not written anything over here, so it is blank. Let me start writing. To create the table, first I have to specify the table tag. So table, table opening, and table, table close. So table opening and table close, right? So this is the table tag, opening and closing tag. So right, first observe this table we have created in Microsoft Word. The same table we want to create, right? Where? In the HTML document. So let me first write something over here. Let's say my class. So okay, so let me do one thing. Let me copy it and let me just paste the same thing all over the cell. So let's just do it. Yeah, so I will just increase the size, right? So okay, this thing I want to create over there using the HTML tag. So for that, the opening and closing tag should be there. Inside that, I have to use tag to create the row. So you can see this is called the rows. So how many rows we have over here? Can you see? 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. 5 rows. So to create rows, we have to use tr, right? Tr. So this will create rows, right? How many rows? 5 rows. So let me copy and paste it 5 times, right? So you can see table opening and closing tag, and inside the table tag I have created, that means I have just written 5 times tr opening and tr closing. That means 1 2 3 4 5. There will be 5 rows, right? And another thing, in each row there are 2 cells, 1 cell and 2 cell. That means in each of this row I have to insert 2 column. That means 2 cells for making table column. That is where you insert the table data. To insert the table data in table column, we have to make the cell. So to do that, I have to use the tag that is td opening and td closing. td opening and td closing. So in each row there will be 2 column, right? 1 column and 2 column in each row. So same thing I have to do over here. Say in each row there will be 2 column, right? So let me just do it. So in each row I will just copy and paste 2 column. Watch, in each row there we have 2 column, right? 2 column in each of those row, right? So this is our table. So table we have created, you can see this is our table, right? Pay attention and observe. So in this table which we have just now prepared, there are 5 rows and each of those rows we have 2 column, right? Now we have to write the data. So let me copy the data from here. I will copy the data. So this data will be written where? Inside this td opening and closing tag, that is the column. This is known as table data, or you can say table definition. So inside the table data, inside the column we just place the data, right? These are the column, and inside the column we place the data. So here also you need to do the same thing. Inside this column we will paste the data, right? So just do it. So inside the column we will just keep the data. So just do it. Repeat the process. Okay, so you can see now I will save the file. So have done, right? I have prepared the table. Okay, in this table we have 5 rows, and each rows is consisting of 2 cell, that is 2 table data, right? And each of the table data, there is a data that is my class. Now let me see how it appears in the browser. Can you see? There are 5 rows, and in each of the rows there are 2 table data. Okay, and in those table data my class that is written. But one thing we have observed, the difference between this table which we have created by writing code and the table that was created over here, that is the border. So we have to add the border. Here I will write border, border equal to, let's say, give value 1. This is the border, right? Let me save the file. So now I will apply the border. Where? Here in the opening tag of table you may write the border. This is the attribute, so this is the attribute for the table tag, right? This border is the attribute for the table tag. And what is this one? One is nothing but the thickness of the border. So let's see. Can you see a border has created? If you want to increase the thickness of the border, you simply just increase the value. If you go and make it to 10, you can see the thickness of the border will increase. So once I have written 10, you can see the thickness of the border has increased, right? So to reduce the thickness of the border, we can make it again to 1. Go and check. So we have the border. Now if we want to increase the width of this table, we can do so. For that we have to write here width, width equal to how much? Width, width, let's say 400. So 400 px, that will be the width. So I will assure that this table will occupy the width of 400 px. Let's see, 400 px. You can also give the height. See, height, height equal to, you can say 400 px. You don't require to give px, you just simply write height 400. It will be taking 400 px of height. You can see, if you want, you can reduce the height to some extent, make it to 200 px. So okay, this is enough, right? So now if you want to do something like I want to add heading, so just observe here, this thing I want to make it bold, so this will be the heading, right? I want that the first two column of the first row, will be the heading for the table, right? So for that I can do one thing. See, this is the table, right? This is the table, and this is the first row, right? In the first row of the table we have 2 column, right? And here it is written table definition, that is table data, or I will make it to table heading, right? th stands for table heading, td stands for table data. So instead of td you may also use th, but there will be a difference. So you can see I have used th in the first row only, not in other 4 rows. So only in the first rows I just have changed those td to th, okay? But all other rest of the other 4 rows, all there it is written as td, right? Now let me see how it appears. You can see now these 2 have been appeared as the heading for the table, right? I hope you have understood. Now let me show you some other thing. See, now I want to add here another heading, top heading, right? So for that we can do like this, we can merge it. So I have merged 2 cell, right? 2 of those cell I have merged to 1. Let me write something over here. My school, I have written my school as the heading, right? Same thing I want to do here by writing code. So let me do one thing. So just below the table opening tag I will now copy this thing. See, I will copy this row which includes 2 table heading. Now I will copy this thing, I will put it over here, right? So after I have done this thing, let me see how it appears. You can see because I have copied another heading, it appeared like this similarly. So now I have to merge these two. I will merge these two and make it to one. How to do so? See, to merge both the rows into a single rows, okay, first I have to delete one of those two column. So first thing I have done, I have deleted one of those two column, right? And the next thing is that in the first column, in the first th, that is the table heading, this table heading will occupy the width of two table heading, right? I will increase the width of this first table heading, okay, in such a way that this table heading will occupy the width of two table heading, right? Because I have deleted one table heading, so this table heading will occupy the width of two table heading, as same we have done over here in the Microsoft Word. Can you see in all the 5 rows below this heading row there are two cell, right? Okay, but in the first cell what we have done, there is a single cell, but this single cell occupied the width of two cell, right? Same thing we are going to do here. See, in this row we have one only table heading, that is one cell, and I will do one thing. I will write here COL, col SPAN, right? That means col span. This is one attribute of table heading. This attribute will increase the width of this table heading to the value you will provide over here. So I have written 2. That means this single table heading will increase its size and occupy the space of two cell, right? Let me show you over here. Can you see? This is the first heading only, okay, but the size of the first heading, this size has been increased and occupied the size of two heading, right? So this cell occupies the width of two cell. That is why I have written col span equal to 2. Okay, so now just write my school. Now save it, go and check it how it looks now. So done, whatever you want, you have done it, right? This is the heading, my school. Inside that we have two subheading, and this is the content for each of those two subheadings, right? Now another thing, see, just assume we want to merge these two column, right? We want to merge these two column and make it to a single column like this, right? We want to merge two column and we want to make it to a single column, right? Same thing if we do by writing tag. Let's say how we have to write the syntax for that. So let's say first, see, understand, okay, try to understand, right? This is the first row, second row, third row. So in the fourth row we have two column, right? We have two column in the fourth row, right? But in the fifth row, this row, just we have one column, right? We have one column in the fifth row because the space of this column has been occupied by the column that is in the fourth row, right? By understanding this, you can only implement the code over there, right? So first let us move to the fourth row, first, second, third, fourth row, right? So do one thing, first row, second row, third row and fourth row, right? Now here I have to write the that attribute. We need to add the attribute. So you can see in the fourth row, first column, this is the fourth row, first row, second row, third row and fourth row, first column, right? Fourth row, first column. Now see, this is the fourth row and this is the first column, and here I will use ROWSPAN, row span equal to 2, right? row span row span equal to 2. So previously to merge column we have used call span, but here we are going to merge two rows, right? Observe, we have merged two rows. Okay, these two field belonging to separate rows that we have merged together. So that is why you have written here row span, that is two rows will be merged and occupied the size. Okay, one row, that means this particular row will merge to the row that is existing over here and occupy its size of 2 row, right? So now see here, now this is the 1 2 3 4 5, this is the fifth row, right? And this is the last row. In fifth row we just have one column. See, this is the fifth row and this is the last row. Last row is okay, no problem. Here in the fifth row we just have one column, right? Here in the fifth row we just have one column. See it over here. In the sixth row we just have one column because the column of fourth row has occupied the row size of two separate cell, right? Now see, in the fifth row we have one column, and in the fourth row this column height has been increased. Okay, it has been increased to the height of two separate rows, right? Now let me check. See, fine, we have done how to merge cell, how to use the call span to merge two column, how to use the row span to merge two separate rows. So I hope you have understood this thing, and